Hello, and welcome back to English Daily Practice. I'm Alex, and I'm really happy you're here again to improve your English listening skills with me. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that is both fun and useful: hobbies. Now, what are hobbies? Simply put, hobbies are the things we enjoy doing in our free time. They are not related to school, work, or responsibilities. Hobbies are activities we choose because they make us happy, help us relax, or let us learn something new. For some people, a hobby is something very active, like playing football or going hiking. For others, it can be calm and quiet, like reading a book, painting, or playing an instrument. Talking about hobbies is one of the most common conversations in English. It often comes up when you meet new people, in job interviews, or even when you're writing about yourself. That's why it's important to know how to talk about hobbies clearly and confidently. In today's episode, I'll guide you through everything you need to know. First, we'll talk about the kinds of hobbies people have and the vocabulary used to describe them. Then we'll go into how to talk about your own hobbies, how to ask someone about theirs, and finally, how to give more details, like how often you do your hobby, where, when, and why. Don't worry, we will keep the language simple and easy to understand. I'll repeat key words, explain new ones, and give examples along the way. So even if this is your first time listening to an English podcast, you'll be able to follow along. Let's start by asking this simple question. Do you have a hobby? If you do, great. If you don't, that's okay too. Maybe you just haven't found the right one yet. I want you to think about what you like to do when you are not studying or working. Do you listen to music? Do you enjoy cooking? Do you draw, or take photos, or go for walks? These are all examples of hobbies. You see, hobbies are not only fun, but they also help you learn and grow. When you do a hobby, you often learn new skills without even thinking about it. For example, if your hobby is photography, you might learn how to use a camera, how to edit photos, and how to see beauty in everyday things. If your hobby is reading books, you learn new words, new ideas, and maybe even other cultures. Also, hobbies are great for your mental health. Life can be stressful sometimes. When you do something you enjoy, your brain relaxes. It gives you energy and makes you feel good. That's why I think everyone should have at least one hobby. So now, as we move forward in this episode, try to imagine your hobbies in English. Think about how you would describe them to someone. Imagine a friend asking you, "What do you like to do in your free time?" How would you answer? We're going to practice that together very soon. But first, let's explore different types of hobbies and learn how to describe them. I'll explain some of the most popular ones in the next section and teach you the verbs and expressions people use with each hobby. Stick with me. We're just getting started, and there's so much more to learn. Welcome back. Now that we understand what hobbies are and why they are important, let's dive into the types of hobbies people often talk about. This will help you expand your vocabulary and improve your confidence when discussing your hobbies in English. We can group hobbies into a few categories. Let's go through them one by one. Point 1. Creative hobbies. These are hobbies where you make something. You use your imagination and skills to create something new. For example, drawing or painting, writing stories or poetry, playing a musical instrument like the guitar or piano, making crafts like knitting or origami, taking photographs. With these hobbies, you can use verbs like, I enjoy drawing. I love playing the guitar. I'm interested in photography. Notice how we say playing the guitar, not just doing guitar. And taking photos, not doing photos. Each hobby often goes with a certain verb, and learning these collocations will help you sound more natural. Point 2. Physical hobbies. These hobbies involve moving your body and are often good for your health. Examples include running, swimming, dancing, hiking, playing sports like football, basketball, or tennis. You can say, I go running every weekend. I play tennis with my friends. I enjoy hiking in the mountains. The verb go is used with many sports that end in ing, like go swimming, go skiing, go cycling. But for team sports, we use play, like play football or play volleyball. 3. Relaxing hobbies. These hobbies are for resting your mind and body. They are usually calm and peaceful activities. Some examples are reading books or magazines, watching movies or TV shows, listening to music, doing puzzles, gardening. You can say, I like reading before bed. I usually listen to music when I cook. I sometimes watch a movie to relax. Many people do these hobbies at home after work or school. They help you feel calm and comfortable. Point 4. Social hobbies. Some hobbies are fun because we do them with other people. These are called social hobbies. For example, going out with friends, playing board games, joining clubs or community groups, volunteering, attending events like concerts or art shows. For these, you might say, I love going out with my friends on the weekend. I often play board games with my family. I enjoy volunteering in my community. These hobbies can improve your communication skills and build stronger relationships with people. Point 5. Learning hobbies. These are hobbies that help you grow your knowledge or develop new skills. Examples include learning a new language, studying history or science for fun, taking online courses, learning how to cook new dishes, exploring new cultures or travel planning. You could say, I'm learning Spanish in my free time. I like discovering new recipes online. I enjoy planning trips and learning about different countries. Now that you know these categories, I encourage you to think about which group your hobby belongs to. Some hobbies fit into more than one group. For example, cooking can be creative, relaxing, and even social. Also, try to notice the verbs I used: enjoy, like, love, prefer, and interested in. These are all common verbs for talking about hobbies. You can also say, I'm really into. Example, I'm really into painting. I spend a lot of time. Example, I spend a lot of time reading. These are natural ways to talk about your interests. Try saying them out loud to practice your speaking. In the next part, we're going to focus on how to describe your own hobbies in more detail, using expressions for how often, where, and with whom you do them. We'll also look at how to ask someone about their hobbies politely. Are you ready? Let's keep going. So far, we've talked about different types of hobbies and how to express them in basic ways. But now let's go a bit deeper. If you want to sound more natural in English, it's important not just to say what your hobby is, but also how often you do it, where you do it, when, and with whom. Let me show you how to build longer, better sentences. Point 1. Talking about frequency first, let's add how often you do your hobby. This is called frequency, and we can use adverbs like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never. You can say, I usually go swimming twice a week. I often read in the evening. I rarely play games, but I enjoy watching others play. This adds more detail and makes your English richer. You can also say how many times you do something. Once a week, twice a month, 3 times a year. For example, I go hiking once a month. I practice the piano 3 times a week. Point 2. Talking about time, you can say when you do the hobby. For example, in the morning, after work, on the weekends, before bed, during holidays. Examples. I paint in the evening after dinner. I write short stories during the weekend. Adding time words helps give more context. Point 3. Talking about place, it's also useful to say where you do your hobbies. Here are some common ways. At home, in the gym, at the park, in the library, at a friend's house. For example, I do yoga at home every morning. I play basketball at the park with my neighbors. If your hobby happens online, you can say, I take online cooking classes. I play video games with people online. Point 4. Talking about who you do it with, hobbies can be done alone or with others. If you do your hobby with someone else, you can say, with my friends, with my brother, with my classmates, with a group. Examples. I go cycling with my friend every Saturday. I usually cook with my sister on Sundays. And if you do it alone, you can say, I enjoy reading alone in a quiet place. I usually do my hobby by myself. Point 5. Talking about how long you've done it, you can also talk about how long you've had your hobby. For example, I've been painting for 2 years. I've played the guitar since I was 10. I started learning Spanish last year. These are great ways to share your experience and show progress. It also helps people get to know you better. Point 6. Giving opinions about your hobby. Don't forget to say why you like your hobby. Use phrases like, I enjoy it because it helps me. It makes me feel. I think it's. For example, I enjoy swimming because it relaxes me. It helps me stay healthy. I think photography is a great way to see the world. Now let's put it all together. Instead of just saying, I play guitar, try saying, I've been playing the guitar since I was 12. I usually practice in my room for about 30 minutes a day. It helps me relax and express my feelings. See how that sounds more complete and interesting? When you talk to someone or record a podcast like this one, these are the kinds of full sentences that make your English more advanced, but still easy and natural. I in the next part. We'll practice how to ask other people about their hobbies, respond politely, and keep a conversation going. These are very useful skills for speaking practice or real-life conversations. Are you ready to keep learning? Now that you know how to describe your own hobbies in detail, it's time to focus on interaction, how to talk to other people about their hobbies, how to ask the right questions, and how to keep the conversation going naturally. Let's imagine you meet someone new, maybe at school, at work, or online. One of the easiest ways to start a conversation is to ask them about what they like to do in their free time. Point 1. How to ask about hobbies. Here are some easy and friendly questions. What do you like to do in your free time? Do you have any hobbies? How do you usually spend your weekends? Is there anything fun you like to do after work or school? These questions are open-ended. That means they don't have a simple yes or no answer. The other person can say more. You can also ask specific questions if you know something about the person. I heard you like cooking. What do you like to make? Do you still play the guitar? I saw your pictures. Are you into photography? These kinds of questions show that you're interested, and they make the other person feel happy to talk. Point 2. How to respond and show interest when someone answers your question. You should respond in a friendly way to keep the conversation going. You can say, that sounds interesting. Wow, I've always wanted to try that. How did you get into that? What do you enjoy most about it? Do you do it often? For example, A, I really like painting. B, that's cool. What kind of things do you like to paint? Or A, I enjoy running. B, nice. Do you run alone or with friends? These kinds of follow-up questions are very useful in conversations. They show that you are listening and that you care. Point 3. Sharing your own experience politely after the other person shares. It's good to share something about yourself too. Try using connectors like, me too. That's the same with me. I also. For me. I prefer. If your hobby is different. For example, A, I love reading science fiction books. B, me too. I just finished a really good one last week. Or A, I like video games. B, I don't play much, but I enjoy watching gaming videos online. This kind of friendly exchange helps build a good conversation. Point 4. Ending the conversation politely. Sometimes you need to end a conversation or move to another topic. You can use phrases like, it was great hearing about your hobby. Thanks for sharing. I learned something new. We should do that together sometime. Let's talk more about this next time. These sentences leave a good impression and help keep the connection strong. Point 5. Practice makes perfect. If you're learning English, one of the best ways to get better is to talk with real people or even practice out loud by yourself. You can record your voice, listen to how you speak, and improve your fluency. Try this exercise. Think about a hobby you enjoy. Record yourself talking about what it is, when you do it, where you do it, why you enjoy it. Then, imagine someone asks you about it. Practice answering questions. Next, switch roles and ask about their hobby. Practice asking good questions. You can do this even without a partner, and if you do it regularly, your speaking and listening skills will improve quickly. In the final part of this episode, we'll talk about how hobbies can help improve your English. Yes, you can use your free time to practice without stress. Let's explore how that works in the last section. Now let's talk about something really exciting, using your hobbies to actually improve your English. Yes, your free time activities are not just fun. They can help you become a better English speaker without pressure or stress. Let me show you how. Point 1. Watching and listening. If your hobby involves watching or listening, like movies, TV shows, YouTube videos, or podcasts, you're already halfway there. The key is to watch in English, even if you use subtitles at first. Let's say you like cooking. Instead of just watching videos in your own language, try this. Watch English cooking channels on YouTube. Listen to food podcasts. Follow English-speaking chefs on social media. By doing this, you learn cooking and English at the same time, new vocabulary, instructions, accents, and everyday expressions. If you enjoy sports, try watching post-game interviews in English. If you're into fashion, follow English-speaking influencers. Connect your interest with the language. Point 2. Reading about your hobby. Whatever your hobby is, painting, gardening, gaming, or fitness, there are blogs, articles, and books in English about it. Start simple. Read short blog posts or guides. Use apps like LinkU or ReadLang to help understand unknown words. Highlight new vocabulary and review it later. This way, reading doesn't feel like homework, it feels like fun. And you remember vocabulary better because it's connected to something you already enjoy. Point 3. Speaking about your hobby. Even if you don't have anyone to talk to, you can practice speaking in several ways. Record yourself talking about your hobby. Join online communities like Reddit, Discord, or Facebook groups where people discuss your hobby and join English conversations. Find a language partner on apps like Tandem, HelloTalk, or Speaky, someone who also likes your hobby. Talking about your passion makes the conversation easier. You feel more confident because you already know the topic. Now you're just saying it in another language. You can even try journaling about your hobby in English. Write a few lines each day like, "Today I went for a walk in the park. It was sunny, and I saw 2 dogs playing. I listened to my favorite podcast while walking." This simple habit boosts both your writing and your thinking in English. Point 4. Learning vocabulary naturally. When you practice English through hobbies, you learn real-life vocabulary, not just textbook phrases. For example, if you like photography, you'll learn words like shutter, lens, focus, filter, composition. If you love fitness, you'll pick up reps, workout, stretch, cardio, endurance. You don't memorize, you experience the words. And that makes them stick in your brain much longer. Point 5. Staying motivated. Learning English through hobbies keeps you motivated. Why? Because you enjoy it. You're not forcing yourself to study. You're doing something you already love, just in English. You won't feel tired or bored. You'll feel curious and excited. That's the secret. When English becomes a part of your daily life, not just a school subject, you will improve faster, speak more confidently, and enjoy the process. Headphones. So, to finish this episode, hobbies are not only good for your mental health and relaxation, but they are also a powerful tool to help you learn English. Talk about them. Read about them. Watch videos about them. Connect with others. Practice every day, even for a few minutes. Thank you for spending time with me in this episode. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to follow and check out the next episodes to keep practicing English with real-life topics and friendly conversation. See you in the next one, and until then, keep learning, keep speaking, and enjoy your hobbies.